Up, Shadow Star here to do a One Piece chapter 801 review. Open declaration. I already went ahead and read this ahead of time, so I pretty much know what's going through most of it. I'm gonna just go ahead and dive into most of the juicy stuff. I'm gonna like the meh stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and skim through it, but I'll get all like the big details. First detail of the chapter is Rob Lucci. It seems like Rob Lucci is back with working with Cypher Pole, except he's in CP0 now. And interestingly enough, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear this guy was Splendor. I'm just gonna say Spander. You know, the asshole that set Frankie up, tried to take Robin and impale down. The guy who got his fucking spine broken by Robin at the last minute. Yeah, that. Yeah. Right here. This guy looks an awful lot like him. And according to the side story, he set Rob Lucci and his guys and his crew up. So for some reason, it seems like they're working together again. I don't know why, but whatever. Also, on an interesting side note, it seems Dressrosa has been changed from the country of tragedy to, I think it is the mystical country. The main bit for this whole bit is because the dwarves have come out of hiding. They're no longer fairies. And everybody's like the way Dressrosa was talking with the racism were hanging out with toys. Now they're hanging out with dwarves apparently. I'm a bit interested as to how the hell that's gonna work with the Tontara tribe being a part of a fucking pirate crew. Like is Leo sooner or later he's gonna get a fucking bounty, then he's gonna have to go out to sea to get off to protect his people, or how the hell is that gonna work? I'd like some theories for that one. Anyway, also they went ahead and built statues for Luffy and Usopp, and a new statue for Kiros. Except they used the face that Usopp used to scare Sugar, whatever. Now here's one of the more juicier bits. We're going over to the ship crew that's escorting Doflamingo to impale down. Sengoku and Fujitora sitting down eating, I guess, ramen noodles, and Sengoku saying that he should just apologize to Alkaino, and he won't. He'll just let it go. He won't pick on him too much. And Fujitora's like, fuck that shit. I got my pride too. I can see why everybody likes Fujitora so much. The dude's awesome. Next, this is probably one of the biggest high points of there. Asuru, the chick that's been hunting down Doflamingo since he first became a pirate, she's sitting in front of his cell right now, and they're just chatting pretty much like good old friends. Even though, hold up, let me get rid of that. Go away. Okay, yeah, they're just chatting like good old friends or whatnot. Like, I honestly think that Atsuru is probably one of the few Marines that he generally respects, because as we've seen from the flashbacks, Doflamingo's actually afraid of her. I mean, how many times have you seen Doflamingo look at a marine ship and look like, oh shit, that's the bitch that's been chasing me for years, I gotta run. If you can do that to Doflamingo, you're a bad bitch at that. Anyway, moving on, he's talking about Fujitora, and I quote, Fujitora, he's a fool, Atsuru son. He had the chance, but he didn't take it. If only he'd worked with me, we could have taken those brats out, and this would have never happened. I had everything at my fingertips, even those monsters I gathered from around the world. But then again, they weren't supposed to bite the hand that fed them. You people will regret this. And Suduru, I mean, she's basically just looking at this dude like, just quit your bitch shit. All those ifs, ands, or buts don't count on the battlefield. The reality is you lost, so deal with it. That's not her entire quote, but let's see. This is a badass old bitch. I really want to see her fight, even if she dies. I seriously hope she doesn't die though, because I really want to see her go through a few rounds, but whatever. And again, it just shows you because he's like one of Doflamingo mocks virtually everybody. He even mocks Sengoku, but in front of Hatsuru, he doesn't mock her at all. In fact, he's like, I guess there's no arguing with you there. I mean, I don't know what to say. This chick has literally got his respect. I really want to know just how powerful she was in the day. Give us a match with this chick and Sengoku. I mean, Oda. Anyway, moving on. Suduru goes on to ask him like, what's gonna happen like now that those monsters have lost their food, and is there anyone that control them? Basically, Kaido and a bunch. And my bad. Okay, let me rephrase that. Suduru didn't ask that. She was like, "You gotta be a thief to catch a thief." What will happen to the pirates now? She asked that to Doflamingo, and Doflamingo was looking like, okay, now that they've lost their food source, who's going to control them now? Who rules the seas now? This is the part that Doflamingo's full of himself. He really thinks that just because he was one of the biggest black marketeers that he actually had control over the world. I admit he had a good control over part of it, but control over all of it, as much he didn't have. He's just basically a bit too full of himself. He doesn't have as much control as he thinks of. Anyway, he's asking who rules the seas now. Could it be one of the four emperors, or could it be one of the Shichibukais, or maybe one of those brats from the worst generation? And look at that. We got a nice lineup right there. See this? That's a nice fucking lineup. The four emperors. My bitch Hancock is actually in the middle of it. Like, next emperor after Big Mom takes the dive. I'm counting on it. And then, like, right below them, you got a big ass band of troublemakers. Like, I think, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah, all 11 of the worst generation rookies are there, and they're just looking menacing as fuck. Like, even Luffy looking like mad. Even Luffy's looking like mad insane. That's just awesome. Okay, I gotta go. Moving on. And then he's asking, like, what about the Marines what about the men of justice, the Navy? And let's not forget about the Revolutionary Army. They've got some pretty crazy ones in there, too. Okay, we get a sad picture of, I'm guessing, Green Bull, along with, Akainu, Kizaru, and of course, Fujitora. Really, for this, all we see is his hair, which I'm pretty sure you can't even make out, so I won't even bother with that. And Dragon, of course, we got the Okuma, we got Sabo, and apparently somebody who's I don't think we've seen before is like stuck up there, so I'm guessing like these three are his main force. Though Ivanko, I think that's what this gay faggot was called, but I don't think Ivanko was I don't think Ivanko's one of his top dudes. I mean, this thing is, I don't even know if this thing actually has a gender anymore, but I think Ivanko's like just one of Dragon's best friends, and as such has high degree of pull in there from being one of Dragon's best friends. Sabo, yes, he's the second in command. I don't know who this is, but probably some high tier dude if he was brought up there. Now this is the part I'm pretty sure everybody flips shit about. The family of D that everyone's been talking about this whole time. How and when will they appear? Who is going to deal with whom? And who will betray whom? Tell that to the nobles up in Mary Joe. They'd better be prepared to be dragged off their high horses. basically the group that kicked him out, that didn't accept him back. He's basically saying Mary Jo's gonna get fucked up, and you guys are no longer gonna be able to look up at the sky as proud as you were. And this is probably the biggest line I'm sure everybody loved. Gold Roger became the first to cross the Grand Line 25 years ago, and his rival, Whitebeard, chose not to take his place on the throne but to bow before it. But what happens now? The number of pirates have fluctuated so much, and there's only one throne. You get it, don't you? It's starting already, the biggest one in history, the Throne Wars. Now that is fucking awesome. Like, we got some Game of Wars in this bitch. So he tells Sudaru, like, we're going to Impel Down now. At least get me my news, won't you? It's my only source of entertainment there. Okay, I know I keep hamping on this, but I seriously believe that Atsuru is the only Marine, is one of the few people that he generally respects. He is not badmouthed or bitched or called her any type of names. Like, I seriously think that he respects this chick. And then we get some forces from that watch the Navy Marines as they sail to Impel Down. They're commenting on how it takes 4 warships just to take one person to a prison. And it turns out it's Captain Jack. I don't know who this dude fucking is, but apparently he thinks he can get Doflamingo back. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. Let's not forget Atsuru, Sengoku, motherfucking Fujitora sitting on that ship, along with a whole bunch of other cats who were in the Marines. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to even go anywhere near that. Alright, this is where I nearly bust a gut. Only because of the stupidity of this. I didn't even find this fucking funny. You see that? That is motherfucking Bartolomeo's ship. The Barto Club ship, the Going Luffy Senpai. This guy is the biggest Straw Hat Luffy fanboy there is, both in the manga and outside reality. I mean, if somebody exists in the real world that can fanboy this guy, I want to fucking meet that person. Like, send me a text if you actually think that there's somebody who's an even bigger fanboy than Bartolomeo. I can almost guarantee you I can shoot them down with how much of a fanboy this guy is. I mean, even fucking Usopp's tweaking out, looking like, why the hell does this shit look more Luffy-ish compared to ours? And the Vivi card that Bartolomeo took from off of, the piece of Vivi card that Bartolomeo took off of Luffy's paper that was his Vivi card, he put inside of a fucking glass bowl and watch as it pointed to him. And he and the guy who got his ass kicked like at the beginning of the tournament, I've got whatever the hell his name was, but I'm gonna go ahead and say his second mate since he's got a fucking bounty too. But him and his first mate, him and his first mate point to Luffy, and Luffy's just chilling, looking like, what's going on now? Like, see this? That's ridiculous. And apparently the rest of his crew is just as much of a fanboy as he is. I mean, it's gotten to the point where even Luffy's starting to sweat drop, looking like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And Usopp looking like, so they're all like that. Oh yeah, it also we do get a little flashback. What's his name? Bellamy? he took a piece of Luffy's Vivi card, but he says he's not going to be one of his subordinates. He's just going to take a piece just in case. I can honestly say that a lot of us are probably happy about that. Next up, it's Luffy's fucking division commanders. Like, I'm sure that's tweaking a lot of fucking people out. Like, let's be real. Luffy has a fucking fleet under his command now. And they all just took a piece of his Vivi card, so they'll know in case anything happens, like, this is starting to fridge up. Our big boss is in trouble. We're gonna have to go and check this out. So yeah, like, here we go. Yeah, they're just all taking a piece of the Vivi card. Okay. And Luffy's talking about that feast was fun. I really like those guys. This is the biggest part I'm pretty sure everybody fanboyed out. Even I like this part. They found out they have new bounties, and we're gonna see the bounties. And of course, this is probably like, if it weren't for this, I probably would not have even reviewed this chapter, only because it just shows how much of a fucking fanboy Bartolomeo is. See, he says, right this way, I'll show you to my room. In other words, Bartolomeo's main room. And guess what? He rolls out a fucking red carpet for Luffy. That's fucking ridiculous. Of course, before he goes there, he says something that I don't really know how to react to. He tells Trafalgar Law that he threw away his bounty, but he's now at 500 million. Okay, so Trafalgar Law has gotten up there too. I think his bounty was like 440 million. So Trafalgar Law, like, yeah, that's good. He's gotten up there too. He's past the 500 marker. I mean, he's past the 400 marker, because remember, Jinbei says that once you hit 400 million, it's pretty difficult to get out of the 400 million bracket. Trafalgar Law is now at 500 million. He's gotten into the big leagues now. And then another thing that made me like not want to review this chapter, but only because the bounties were so awesome. But see this? The motherfucker framed the entire crew's bounty system and placed it on his wall in front of his room. There's something seriously wrong with this dude. Again, if there is another fanboy out there bigger than him, I want you to PM me. Just so that I can argue with you and tell you, yeah, no, there is no fanboy. You're not as big as Bartolomeo. I'm sorry. So, it's just, also, he wants their autographs. That's another ridiculous point. Anyway, the bounties are as follows. Straw Hat Luffy, 500 million berries. Luffy is happy about that. Zoro, 320 million berries. Zoro's bounty has jumped by 200 fucking million berries. That's awesome. Double Child Robin, 130 million berries. Let's be real. It's been a long time since Robin's gotten any real action, and we all know that she deserves to be in a 100 million berry bracket, but this is a start. Like, now that she's over 100 million, she's like slowly getting up there on the list of dangerous women in the world. Like, I forgot what that chick was, but that one chick is in Blackbeard's crew. Catherine Donovan, I think that was her name. She's like the most dangerous woman in the world. If she and Robin can go at it one day, I'd be one happy motherfucker. Anyway, but yeah, Robin's up there. She's now past the 100 million berry marker. Now all we need for her is to get a good fight. Oda, give us a good Robin fight. Make her bloodied up. Like, everybody's wanting to see it. We want to see a good Robin fight. Okay, moving on. Cyborg Frankie, and they used the Frankie Shogun for his bounty. Believe it or not, he's not happy about that. And he's also not happy about the fact that he has 94 million berries. In other words, he didn't break the 100 million berry marker. That's the big deal. It's like if you break the 100 million berry marker, you're considered an edible threat in like even the new world. But he didn't do that. He's not happy. And God Usopp. I'm sorry, but this picture they use for him, like, it's fucking out of this world. Hold up, I'm not gonna say the number, I gotta show you, like, this is the picture they use for him. This is the picture, like, I'm sorry. I know, like, I was in a lot of forums on fan fiction and whatnot, and they were talking about, hey, at the end of the series, Usopp might not be a wanted person because they've only used Sogi King. They haven't seen his real face. So there was a theory flying around that Usopp might retire from the Straw Hat crew, go back to East Blue, and marry his I forgot what her name was, but that chick that liked him, that chick that has a crush on him, the one that the Straw Hats met when they first recruited him. Yeah, there was a theory floated around that since his picture wasn't known on the world, he was gonna stay that way, and he was gonna retire at the Straw Hats crew probably before the end of the series, go back and marry her. There was a lot of people theorying about that. Guess what? It ain't gonna fucking happen. You want it now, motherfucker. And guess how much he's wanted for? God Usopp reward 200 million berries, dead or alive. This is just cracking me up. This is fucking cracking me up. I gotta stop. Well, I'm at 22 minutes. Okay, I really gotta stop. You a pirate for life now. Okay. And Usopp's freaking the fuck out too. He's like, oh, that picture's one that of all the pictures of all the, I can't even fucking pronounce it. Bottom line is he's not fucking happy. I mean, he's happy with the number, but he's not happy that they used his picture and now he's literally wanted. I gotta stop. And a little funny guy. I'm tired. I'm really. Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I gotta get some. I'm sorry, I gotta get some water. Okay, I think I'm good. Trust me, when I first saw it, it was a lot worse. Anyway, Frankie, he's not exactly happy about this, alright? Like, he's looking like, why the hell has yours gone up so much? I'm the only one that hasn't gone over 100 million, which is technically not true, but out of their group, he's the only one that hasn't gone 100 million. And Usopp's crying like, oh no, now even my friends are gunning for me. But wait, what about Nami and the rest? Okay, I'm gonna save this guy's for last. He's next, but only because of what happens. Anyway, as it turns out, Nami is now at 66 million berries, and I believe like in the first half of the Grand Line, if you broke the 50 million berry marker, you were considered a fairly strong pirate. Like, people did not want to mess with you if you broke the 50 million berry marker. So in like this half, she's like Nami's slowly climbing up the ladder. She's getting there. All right, and of course it's another shot, another glamour shot. Again, we're wondering where the hell they're getting these pictures of her from. Chopper. $100. No. Not 100 million. Not 100,000. Simply 100. 100 berries. That is how much Chopper is worth. I'm gonna move on. I don't even know how to tell you. You all feel the same way. I'm gonna move on from that. Soul King Brook. He's at 83 million now. He's not like, again, he too is broken the 50 million berry marker in the first half of the Grand Line. So he's slowly getting up there, but right now he's not seen as much. An interesting note, they used one of his concert pictures instead of his actual photo. So yeah, this is their new photos. Alright, now we're going to go on to the main event that I'm sure everybody is talking about. Sanji is wanted for 177 million berries. Sanji's bounty literally went up by 100 million. Everybody else's, Nami, Brook, Frankie, their bounties only went up by 50 million. Sanji's went up by 100 million, and Usopp's went up by, I think he was like 30 some million, so his technically went up by like close to a little less than 170 million, like 160 million some. I think it was I think it was 100. I think he was at 36 million, so his bounty went up by 64 million. I think that's a right number. I think that's a close enough number. Anyway, but yeah, and his is not a sketch. Instead, it's got one of his perverted pictures. I believe that this picture was taken down when he was because I went ahead and back chapter, and I went back into chapters. Pretty sure this was the picture was taken when he first got to Fishman Island, like when he first like when everybody woke up and he was like dancing with the mermaids and shit. I believe this is the photo that was I believe this is actually in there. I believe if you look back, you'll see like something that looks just like this. Anyway, but that's really not like the biggest portion. No. The biggest portion is the fact that while everybody's wanted dead or alive, like while Luffy dead or alive, Zoro dead or alive, Robin dead or alive, Frankie dead or alive, Usopp dead. I gotta stop. Nami dead or alive, Brook dead or alive, Chopper dead or alive. Sanji is wanted only alive. He's wanted only alive. That's a big thing. Out of all the people, he's the only one wanted alive. Now, people like there's a lot of theories running rampant right now. Like, oh, that theory about Sanji might be a prince from another country. That's the biggest theory out there. Like, the reason why he's going by Mystic Prince. They're saying that he might actually be a prince from another country. I don't entirely buy that one. Alright, I'm gonna throw like two theories that I believe that might happen, that I believe for myself. I don't think Sanji's a prince. But what I do think, now you guys all gotta admit, this is very Sanji-like. I think Sanji might have actually saved a princess. Like, even as a kid, I'm pretty sure, or maybe during his time when he was with Zerafin before they came to East Blue, or while they were in the East Blue in a restaurant, but I think Sanji might have actually saved a princess. And because of that, that princess might have fallen in love with him and wants to marry him. That princess might even be a fucking Tenryubito, and something happened where he got away. I don't know if this is true. I know that's just my theory on the matter. Another theory of mine would be that perhaps some royalty up there wants Sanji alive. Like maybe they owe him a favor, or maybe they want him to marry their daughter or something like that. Regardless, I do think that the prince aspect, at least the word prince, plays a part in why they want him alive. But I don't think he's an actual prince. If he is, well, I was wrong. My theories got shot to hell. But that's my theories on the matter. And I guess that's the end of the chapter. Well, it was a pretty interesting chapter. We got to see a little bit of Doflamingo's respect towards Atsuru, because he didn't badmouth her at all. We found out that this Captain Jack thinks he's strong enough to take down both Fujitora, Sengoku, and Atsuru and get Joker back. We're gonna see how that turns out. I hope Oda doesn't do something like make it so that he can actually take them out. That'll be total bullshit. Anyway, we also found out that Straw Hat's new bounties, like going down there with Robin and Oos. Oh, I'm sorry, I just keep thinking. With going up the bracket with Robin, Usopp, and Sanji, the Straw Hats now have a grand total of 4 members with bounties over 100 million. And the members are as follows: Double Chow Robin, 130 million. God Usopp, 200 million. No, my bad. Double Chow Robin, 130 million. Blackleg Sanji, 177 million. God Usopp, 200 million. Usopp has a higher bounty than Sanji. That's fucked up. Anyway, Roanoa Zoro, 320 million. And Straw Hat motherfucking Luffy, 500 million. Like, basically, it's no longer the monster trio anymore. No. The monster system was only set up because everybody believed it, since they had the highest bounty system. They're the monsters trio. But no, it's different now, because you got a crew with over 100. 5 members of Straw Hats have over 100 million berries. It's the Monster Quintet. The Monster Quintet. I gotta stop. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off right now. I honestly hope some people leave some comments. I want to hear some theories about why Sanji, like, please leave some theories about what y'all think about why Sanji's only wanted alive. Also, I want to hear like what people's thoughts are about like what's going on with Usopp. Like, why is he suddenly like what y'all think is going to be his future with I'm going to go ahead and say Kaya. I honestly know that's not her name, but I can't remember. But what do you think is going to be his future with her now? Because there was a lot of people banking on him only staying as Sogi King, but now that his face is shown to the world, he's a pirate for life. So I want to hear some people's theories about what he plans to do about that. Anyway, please comment, subscribe if you wish. Other than that, Shadowstar is signing out.